All right, welcome back. So today we are working on the 4S OUTCAST, convert it to 6S. So I'm gonna get the buggy tires off. We're gonna get the backflip tires back on. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but it's a BLX 185 ESC with a BLX 2050 kV motor. This is a takeoff system out of the Infraction, the original V1 Infraction that I stuck into here. The diffs are converted to the hot racing all metal gears, front and rear. So it has been converted. Motor mount, same thing. It's been converted to the VLX motor mount housing, along with metal spur gear. Can't remember the gearing in it, but I also got the hot racing servo bell crank system in it, along with the servo saver from hot racing. So basically I took the 4S system out of this thing, and I took the 4S platform, beefed it up, and went ahead and converted it to 6S so I can run it on a 4S, which still works good, a lot more power, a lot more air control, or I can run it on 6S. So all the shocks are leaking on this thing. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get the wheels and tires put on that belong on it, which are the backflip 4S backflip LPs. These are smaller than the 6S backflips. A lot of people keep saying, yeah, I run the backflips on my Creighton, but a lot of people are running the 6S backflips on their Creightons. So make sure that if you're running the 4S platform, even if you convert it to 6S, same thing, 4S backflips. I run these on my Max as well. I love these tires. They work really, really good. So I'm going to get the buggy wheels off, and we're going to go give this thing a rip on some backflips. I'm going to have to fix up. I've got a front shock leaking, a rear shock leaking, a rear shock leaking. Pretty much all the shocks are leaking. So I'm going to pull those apart and try to get them sealed up. So these got the funny washers on it because they run the 17 millimeter hexes. Which I did see the new one also has, it has a full 17 millimeter hex now, versus these big nuts. So I was trying to put smaller tires on it so that I didn't put a lot of stress on these axles. To see, since ARRMA announced the 4S, the new 4S line, on the differences compared to this. So I want to get this ready to do a comparison with the 4S OUTCAST when that shows up. Meanwhile, we'll dial this thing in. We'll dial in the Creighton, 4S Creighton, and we'll see how they compare. So is it worth upgrading your older? Because I do hear a lot of people saying, well, I'm just going to take my 4S OUTCAST and just upgrade it with all the stuff from the new one. but it looks like there's a lot of changes to that new one. So I'm very curious to see all the differences. Shocks definitely seem like one of the best upgrades that they did, because these shocks were horrible. And I think that's one of the main reasons I stopped running this thing, was due to the leaky shocks. I did put Proline shocks on my Big Rock, but to spend that kind of money on this, along with the diffs and everything, I've got a lot of money into this RC for being a 4S line, especially compared to like the 3S line. At what point do you have to say, well, you know, I don't want to keep spending that kind of money, you know? There's so much oil on this chassis. I'm gonna have to get this chassis cleaned up too. All right, I went and got some dish soap. I'm gonna clean up all this oil. It's only been a couple times in my RC career that I really feel that a company should have done a full-blown factory recall. Look at this. Look at how this thing is just covered in oil. It's terrible. The other thing is the tool's built in. You can push it all the way down and use this to open it. All right. So you just push it all the way in. You can do it this way as well. Terrible. There is just no fluid in this thing anymore. I guess that's one way to get it to stop leaking, is to just let it run out of fluid. So I'm going to close it up to get this fluid that's overflowing out. Once I've done that, I'm going to unscrew it a little bit. We're going to get the green slime in here. tight as I can do with that. Wipe off the excess. Grab the tool. We're going to crank it down. Small spacer, big one, smallest, medium, and we're going to let it sit. Let's see if it starts leaking. That's it. I'm going to go ahead and get the rear done. We'll be right back. All right, so went ahead and got all the shocks rebuilt, got the tires put on it, got it all cleaned up. We're going to take it out, give it a little rip, see how it does. It is on 4S right now. Is capable of 6S. So want to get out and rip this thing and see if it's worth buying the new 4S line, or is it worth keeping this one the way it is, since I do have a ton of money into this 4S. Between the hot racing diffs, the steel gears, the pinion, the 6S motor, the 6S ESC, Futaba receiver to get rid of the factory radio, because the factory radio on these were terrible. So we're gonna get over here and give it a little rip. Be right back. All right, got it to this little field. It's funny, this 4S backflips these LPs. I like these tires a lot with this 4S line. Now I did bring the slash as well, because I haven't ran the slash in a while, and I want to see how ARRMA's 4S line compares to the 3S line VXL of the slash. I did bring a 6S battery too, because I did set this up to handle 6S. As strong as the big rock was, the big rock, the new big rock was basically the 4S stuff inside of it to handle this 4S line. But what I did was make it with the hot racing stuff, make it capable to handle 6S, because I think this short platform works great on 6S. Really gives you that power. That I think I was lacking on this line. A lot of people were complaining about the slipper clutches, but I don't really mind the slipper clutch once you get it set up right. I have the slipper clutch set up to give me a slow start, but once it gets up to speed, it really starts to move. As you see, it can clear the whole jump. Gotta love this stunt truck. And once you get it on a good radio, it's usually pretty easy to control, as I have it on my Futaba. Well, there you go, guys. Let me know what you think. Comment down below how many people are excited for the new release of the new OUTCAST in Creighton, the new S4S line from ARRMA. A longer wheelbase? I don't know. I really like this short wheelbase. Well, there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.